Oh yeah!
Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. Today we are picking up in the Tropical Park where we left off. We got, what I guess I could say a pretty significant milestone, getting a major, probably the biggest coaster in the park open, and, got a good crowd, so let's go ahead and load in, and, kind of build off of that and see what else we can do tonight. It is just a touch later than I had originally planned on starting. But the good news is I don't have to get up early for work tomorrow in the morning. So maybe we have a little extra time to enjoy. So yeah. We got this coaster open, we finished up the station, pretty much. We did a large restaurant down here, which is actually kind of emptied out. And then we have a good-sized gift shop, on-ride photos, and kind of this wonky-looking fountain. It's actually a little bit off. And the people walk through the walls. I haven't figured that out. Maybe I could get a couple people to tweak that for me. I'll be waiting to send out the coaster here in just a minute. And then over here we added some trees to kind of help shade the queue. And it's, I would say, probably about 2/3 of the way full. But the lines aren't looking too terribly long, I suppose. Yeah, everybody kind of up here in line is excited, so they're not getting grumpy that they've waited too long. It's a 12-minute wait, but with the prestige as high as it is, then, yeah, and I mean, look at the thoughts they're saying. It was super fun. Prices are good. We do have a high priority for the priority pass. Not anybody is seeming to use it. Now we got all of that set up. Hey Jimpers, how are ya? And by the way, the one and only Jimpers built this coaster station. Or, I'm sorry, not the coaster station. The coaster itself, and I added on the station a little bit of a tribute to him for it. So yeah, he did the coaster, I did the station. Let me make sure I make that clear. Yeah, this is... I don't know, this might actually be your best coaster. Maybe not. It's easily top 3 for me. Top 2... I say top 3, that doesn't necessarily mean this is 3rd. If I go back and look... Wait, are these... Hang on just a second, these look different. That is really weird because they're the same exact color. Oh no, they're not. 0A and 09. They're close, but they look different. So, I would say Aurora is probably still my favorite that you've created. I would have to put this at number 2, honestly. And then... oh gosh, I've got so many of these to scroll through them. Oh, it wasn't that one. I was gonna say there was... oh, I think this right here. I really liked that one there. The Iron Claw RMC. So we've got this here. I'm not totally sure that I'm gonna keep it. I actually have thought about kind of repositioning that. So this is number 1, a bigger stamp, and number 2 maybe a little more lined up, because ideally I think it would be really cool. Well, it's good from that angle, but if you're walking this way, it's kind of cut off. So I thought about maybe just trying to line those up a little better. Maybe with a small fountain in the middle or something like that. While I'm thinking about it, though, I don't want people screwing up everything inside this building. So, I suppose we could add a little bit of security. Make sure coverage is on point. Yeah. Ah! Oh no, where's it going? It's kind of tough to navigate through all of this in here. Is that where that one I think needs to be to cover the... nope, that actually can be moved. 1. Hey, Dorkhound Doom, welcome. How are ya? Alright, so then I think we'll just need to put one back here in this corner, and we would have the majority of the building covered. Yeah, maybe just the very tip corner right there. And maybe one somewhere on the outside to oh hey, you can mount it on the underside of the coaster right there. Ah, hot, it's a warm day. Was gonna play Planet Coaster, but I melt in the office. Oh, yeah, make sure you stay cool, take care of yourself. And I think we'll do a similar camera setup in, well, up here on the 2nd floor. I don't want to spend too much more time on this building just because, I mean, I've done so much with it already. excuse me. This side back here may actually be a little bit easier. Or maybe not. Let's go with one there. Yeah. I think we need some additional coverage. On this side somewhere. Yeah, maybe like that. Yeah, something like that there. That should be pretty well covered. If there's any gaps, we can address them. But the first and second floors both look pretty good in coverage. I suppose you get some bad behaved pickpockets in the line. But I think most of them should be okay here. The office just attracts so much the heat because big windows and glass doors that let in too much sun. Yeah, that's kind of how mine is. Although it's not like big windows and glass doors, but it just sits at the front of the house where the sun shines directly. So in the summer it gets brutal. In the winter it's actually very pleasant. This does tend to be one of the warmer rooms in the house in the winter time, which is kind of a relief. Alright. Yeah, I don't know about that. That might be too high up. Could attach to one of these palm trees or something like that. I don't know. Speaking of palm trees, I can't see through them. You know, what if I just do that? That actually covers, yeah, the entire outdoor patio. Hopefully it's within the coverage zone. Not too high off the ground, but I think that should be sufficient there. Officer Dale's got eyes now. What's up, Cookie Pirate? Glad to see you back. What's the plan for tonight? Sorry I was late to the stream, Porklux Killer. What's going on, man? You really didn't miss much. I mean, it started 12 minutes ago, so we're not anywhere near deep into it. Alright, camera coverage should be pretty good. We can maybe stick one back here, or maybe on the corner of the building on this side just to cover the line. Yeah, let's do that just. Look at the line. Yeah, it's a 12-minute wait. It has decent capacity. It only has 2 trains as opposed to 3. But that's not terrible capacity, so I mean... See, the restaurant is actually relatively slow. Well, it's a little busier now. It was almost empty earlier. What I can't figure out at the moment is how to get people to stop walking through the walls. Or maybe we just insert... Question is, will people walk through them if we place them? Kinda like that, I'm curious. So they don't go through that one, they turn around and go through that portion right there. Alright, so let's just place another one here so they could quit doing that nonsense as well. Oh, no. Cancel that. I have to grab that again, though. Aw, shoot. I can't even select it, can't even see it. Other than that small piece right there. Let's just delete it. And we'll put the wall piece back in. And what I'm going to do is just set this barrier back up right here. So we're going to take that out. Advanced move and duplicate. We'll see if this actually works. Center it here. Grab the wall piece and place it back in. Now the barriers are hidden, and that should being the key word, stop people from going through them. And then we'll need to do the same thing up here. They're cutting through that too. Oh, and we've got the poster on that side. Alright, so let's, oh, come on. Sign barrier, no entry. Reminds me of the Roller Coaster Tycoon games where you had those no entry signs and guests would actually respect it. Alright, entry prohibited. Let's grab one of these wall pieces, place it back. Adjust the pathing to make it grass under the drywall. Oh, yeah. Alright, we should be good with that there. I hope. This has got one of those cable lifts that goes super fast. Take a look at this. Alright, everybody say hello to the camera. Love how the park is looking. I appreciate that. It's, this is nice. It's really the only thing in, you know, on this side of the park right now. Well, not on this side, but in this area. This whole patch up here. But it's become such a popular ride. Look at the crowd it's drawing, and then you've got Bromwick's beautiful water park up here. And, you know, so we've got a lot more activity that's kind of dispersed, and the crowd count is actually much higher, too. Hey, JP, what's going on, man? This is the most tragic part of this update. How it changes ride prestige. There's nobody going on it even with a new reputation. Okay, I'm wrong. There's 4 people on that ride. On that boat at least. There's 4 more. Yeah, but there's just really nobody going on this. The change to prestige really makes rides like this suffer. In my opinion, it's a major disappointment. Advertise it? I don't think you can. We go into... Oh, let's repair that. Yeah. I think I actually ignored that yesterday. I was so focused on getting that coaster station finished and getting the coaster open. So go to guests, advertising. Yeah, see, the awareness is 100%. So. There's really nothing you can do. If your awareness is low, you can create an ad, which would, I'm not even sure what that would be covered by, because it's not a coaster. It's not a water slide, and it's not a flat ride. It's technically a tracked ride. So I guess it wouldn't even get covered by any of these. You can't, I don't think. Start an advertising campaign to increase your daily returning guests, but it's maxed out. Pay $10,000 an hour. Ad campaigns end automatically when they reach 100% awareness. Yeah, they're already at that point. Why the one station closed? Because it is so isolated from everything else. It's gonna get moved, and we're gonna reroute the railroad. You have enough money. Yeah, but there's no point in it because it's gonna end. Because it's already at 100%. Connected to Brawl Mix 4 Seasons? No, I don't think so. I want to actually space these a little bit differently. Because we'll probably take this station up and move it somewhere. We might even just cut it back down to 3. I'm not totally sure. Never mind, don't do that. That's what I'm doing in my Christmas park. Oh, you started a Christmas park. That's awesome. I think we're almost to the point where we can shut this down, but I don't know. Maybe it would make sense to kind of revamp the station around this first. I'm not sure. I know one thing that we can do is redo the path a little bit. Yes, sir. Hope to share it one day before Christmas. Sounds good. I'd like to check it out at some point. Also, I have something I need to know if it'll work out. That I have that Kingdom Isle park, and I finished the train, and I have a fixed version of the water coaster. Sorry, I missed that. JP, what do you, So what do you need to know if it'll work out? What do you mean? My thought is to try to tie this all together. Maybe we have like a path cut underneath here or something like that, and expand the water out. But I kind of want to merge this a little bit and cut this up because we're gonna get rid of the RMC. We're gonna get rid of this surf coaster right here once we get the new one open. We actually really haven't done much on this side of the park, so I just want to look at some stuff here. Prestige is just short. I bet you if we added some on-ride effects or something like that, it would, just connect paths to the existing entrance and exit for the love of God and start building badass dark rides. I'm not much one into the dark rides, to be honest. Like, hey, I mean, I've got ideas for this part, too. I've got a vision for it. Alright, we have enough stuff in place now. I think we can actually start shutting this down and not taking too much of a penalty. Alright. This is where the update is going to kind of change the moods a bit. They actually don't look too heavily affected right now. You gotta have at least one. I mean, the train going through that cavern kinda counts partially. So I think we can shut that down. Sorry, y'all are gonna have to go eat somewhere else. And let's tear this up back here. And ooh, it is crowded in here. It's crowded by the vending machine. That was a nice addition. I don't think these people are gonna be too happy. Well, oh well. Clean up, everybody, up and out. Clean up, do your best and try not pout. That was pretty dumb. Yeah, we're gonna clear this all out, and let's actually work on updating this over here. I think we could do a couple different things with this area. Aha! Alright, well that's one potential thing. No, you know what? No, it's not, because they're already at the height they need to be at. Could do a little work with that. Alright, so this actually has cleared out. Let's just, oh, wow. I was looking at the wrong one. I was looking at this. Yeah, it is clearing out, but we still have people eating. Can't believe I just did that. That's what happens when you have two of the exact same things, basically. Alright, ride is empty. Demo it. Fill all this terrain in. Demo the queue. Let these people finish their food. Oh, well, the building goes away. Well. They're gonna respawn. Ah. And oh my gosh, that looks off. Like, this has been here since one of the earlier days of the park. It looks so weird without it. What that'll let us... Oh, it took the water up too. Well, we had to take it up anyway to do our terrain work right here. So, fine. Also, I was just doing something, but it is that one thing I showed you with the water coaster that had a piece of track going through the chain lift and giant restaurant with some ride in it. Okay, yeah. That should be sampled, not auto paint. Could even do use selected, but sampled is fine for this. Ah! That was a mistake. We're gonna pull this back and kind of gap this in a little bit more. Now, just for perspective of how deep this actually was. Right there. Let's have a little fun with this for a moment, though. It's like, how deep can you actually go? It's like the swimming pool. I think it's in, like, Belgium. It was like the world's deepest swimming pool for many years. It just has this giant pit. And we'll add the water back. This is all just for laughs. That's like one of those, like giant blue holes, they call them in the ocean or something like that. Which is kind of like a, kind of like a cavern. So what I'll do is take that out. And we're gonna go into... Alright, so that's the regular bottom. And where is the void? I'm just totally playing around with, you know, nothing serious at the moment. Uh-oh. Oh gosh, well that's a problem. We need to rehook up the power. Holy cow. Create custom, come on. That took out half the power grid. And everything is back on except these shops. Not even shops, it's one like security camera and a vending machine. So I'm not worried about that. Wonder what guests think when all of a sudden a ride they were on lines up for mysteriously disappears around them along with the building. Yeah, the whole grid just got severed somewhere. Need some redundancy. But yeah, we're all good. It's an interesting kind of power system I have set up here. We'll get out of that. You should have avoided the void. What's going on, Shem? Now, actually, if you turn on Torch, it actually doesn't make much of a difference in the water. Kind of has this deep twilight blue. That's not even it, though. It's not there. Grass. How deep does it actually? Yeah, this is haunting. I think this is it, right? Yeah. Oh, wow. In the pitch black void. Can't see nothing. Where even are we? Alright. Well, now we have some blue. But you go deeper, that's it right there. Weird. I think we didn't even go into the Twilight Zone. We went straight into the freaking Midnight Zone of the ocean in a few hundred feet. That is just... without the water. Whoa. What? Oh, we got the camera upside down somehow? I don't even know. You should be able to, like, zoom outward and look straight up or something like that. Yeah. Kind of like that. Kind of interesting. You can go way deeper. This is only a couple hundred feet, probably. But anyway, enough screwing around with that. We're gonna go ahead and merge this whole thing over. So deep, yeah. Enough playing around, though. Excuse me. Oh, that looks so weird. It's just completely not used to seeing something like that. Ah, whatever. Time to move on, I suppose. Alright, let's get water back in place. Not there. One notch down. There we go. Yeah, that's right. Ah, excuse me. Okay. Hi Hank, how are you? We can delete that. This is all going away anyway, so. Alright, good. Glad to hear it. Alright. Now, what I'm thinking about right now is... And I don't think we'll take too much of a hit if, Okay, yeah, here's exactly what I'm gonna do. Gonna redo the exit path temporarily. And now people can't get on the ride, but it doesn't kick the people, like, out. And I'm gonna start just some kind of small demoing of this area out here. The RMC is gonna get torn up too, and then we're gonna redo all of that. So we're gonna let all these people ride, and then we're gonna start just tearing this up for some additional future prep. I flooded my entire park the other day trying to redo the water areas, fixed it, but was like, oops. Yeah, yeah, I've done that a few times in this park, specifically. In fact, just for fun, it's kind of wild when you get the arrows and you see just sections of red, but sometimes you click like that. Yeah, that's 5 or 6 feet of water. Like everybody in the queue is swimming right now. The only terrain is the mountain and the stuff around the edges. So can you actually place it higher? Maybe? Yeah? No, I think that's about as high as the game actually recognizes. Well, it was. At least they won't be hot anymore. Now the umbrellas are underwater. Oh, gosh. They're all amazed, too. They're like, whoa, we're underwater. Oh, man. Alright, enough playing around here. I've been screwing off way too much so far today. You gotta cut up. Today was a pretty frustrating day at work, so... Anyway. Yay, waterboarding for everyone. No, no! Now we ain't about that here. Okay. So, serious stuff. I want to just come back here, see. The queue is pretty close to cleared out. It looks like this will be the last group of people to get back on it. This was also built before Update 7 with the cornered paths. I have an idea for a new coaster. I don't know if it's going to be an RMC, but jungle themed that's going to go in the place of the original surf coaster up here. And then maybe we can do some terrain work along the edge. We'll consider relocating the railroad. I want to see how to tie this together, because I want to tie the water in, but I want to try to keep these two more or less the same sections. I don't know. It may not be possible. I was pretty happy to see that Microsoft Flight Simulator updated. What do they call it? Like the oh yeah, somebody's getting kicked out for breaking something. Because the one that did it, security should be catching him in any minute. Or, you know what? Out. Let's just kick him out anyway. There's the code to it. Alright, we'll check it out in a bit. Let's work on fixing that up. You know what? This will be easy to tie together for now. We can always adjust it a little more. Hat's fantastic. Give me a nice hat, please. Stupid. I don't even care too much how it looks at the moment. We've got time to fix all of this. It has a magnificent gingerbread mansion on the front, and it's just called Kingdom Isle. Sorry, calves. No worries. Okay. My guests insisted on overcrowding the pools when lots of other rides and things. I mean, they wanted to swim, so maybe flooded pork makes everybody happy. Guests are desperate? For what? Is it because of that? And nobody can get on it now. Yeah, the queue is cleared out. We'll just make sure everybody's off the ride. She'll be coming into the final brakes here. And we'll just make sure they're off. Oh, that's actually an empty train. This is good to shut down. Shut that down. Let's add a power distributor over here. just to get this open. Whoop, that went a little too far. Covered there. Test. We'll do a little bit of terrain modification here. Cutting into the side of the terrain right here. Let's press that in just to even it out. Is that below water level? It may be close. This is becoming almost impossible to see. Let's just do that so I can actually see it better. Yeah. Well, and I just messed all of that up right there. Build a little island kind of right over here. Let's turn that back to sample now, so we can actually preserve the grass. Oh, that looks blocky and symmetrical. That doesn't look good at all. Probably end up redoing that anyway. Alright, let's add the water back and see how that looks. Down a notch. Come on. Come on! Right there. Okay. And the water actually doesn't even reach it. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so we're going to pull that back up. back into the terrain work, and let's kind of taper that down a bit. Based on that, I think we'll probably be okay with this. The coaster track won't be too low. But there's ultimately only one real way to find out. See it now. Alright, with the water back in place, we can come over, look at the coaster. And no, perfect. It's just above the water height. Although this did not fill back over. But at least we know that's right. We'll have to do a little bit of fixing with that there. We've got that, but at least we have something to build off of with this. Let's go ahead and open that, and we can get a crowd up to it. Got a beautiful view of the mountain, the coaster, the scenery. Open that. I'm not really worried about redoing everything in here at the moment. Open that. Open that. And let's put a vending machine like we had before. So I'm gonna go with the... where is it? Pipshot juice. Right there in the corner. We're all set with that out here. Ah, yes. Okay, this bug again. Always happy to see it. Not. Alright, there we go. That's back in place. And we should be able to get people coming up here now. Coaster is open. It's got the prestige, so that's looking good. And we can do some finesse work with all of that. Time to get rid of this. Nobody's even getting on that now. And we're just gonna tear it all up. This, I think, is what we're gonna turn into, like, the water park area. Why are those showing up on there? Alright. just on a temporary basis, I'm gonna go ahead and run. Oh, come on. Give me a break about the terrain. It's probably just this right here that needs to be leveled a bit. Pulled over from the old pool, I suppose. Alright, there's no reason it shouldn't let us cross it over now. Yeah? Are you kidding me? That worked. And it's gonna be temporary anyway. And we can actually... Let's pause this and we can just demo all of this here. Just tear all of this up too. We don't need any of this. Everything there has been cleared out. Let's get some people up to that coaster there. And this will also encourage people to walk past the shops up here and up toward that station if they turn to go that way toward the railroad. So it kind of branches it out into different ways, which is a nice effect to kind of distribute people. And we've got a ways to go with this stuff, but I feel like it's starting to come together in a better way. The next thing we're gonna do is just prep this whole area back here. Ooh, that was bad. Delete that entire railroad. It's back in place. Let me safeguard that. It's good now. I'm not trying to take the water out. Lake's off. Alright, there we go. Be careful to pull those up. Yep, everything there's in place, so we're good. Careful not to demo the fireworks. Alright, but this is this whole area that we can utilize for other things. Like maybe a water park. And my goal would be to somehow be able to connect this area here with the surf coaster with the new Intamin wing coaster. Kind of a surf-themed area. This back here is going to become jungle. So we look at relocating the RMC over to here, or maybe potentially even somewhere else in the park. Alright, who broke that? It's not them. Right there. Well, the guard got her. Out! Alright, welcome back, JP. Wait, are there people on this yet? No. Wow. Okay, well, we've got people getting in line for it, and we've got people coming over. That's a good sign. And, yeah, this is starting to get more crowded, so we'll get more activity out over here. We'll redo all of that. Those are placeholder stamps. Just to use for reference when measuring out. Kick him out, yeah. Again? Everybody over here is just breaking everything. Got him. Out! It is jam-packed crowded through here. Yeah, you know what? I did not think I wanted to do this before, but I'm actually gonna go ahead. So I'm gonna get the stamp builder, and we're gonna place we're gonna run it right over to here. Give people an outlet to get to the restaurant over there. Maybe alleviate some of that traffic. Alright, I'm gonna step away real quick. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Alright, we're back. Sorry about the delay. I'm gonna take a short break from this. So let's go ahead and just save our progress here. And we'll check out JP's, Kingdom Isle, I think you called it. Let me go on there. Okay, this is nice. So, what happens is you see the check mark where it shows you you're subscribed and installed. And then it had a little bell right there telling you to update it. So if we go back through here. That's a nice little aesthetic update. Yeah, it looks like I don't have any more to update. It's a nice feature, although the green doesn't really contrast very well, in my opinion. It'd be nice if they gave it a border or made it like black or white or something like that just to stand out a little better. Like, I mean, right here it's okay, but then the white against the bright green. Alright. Well, let's go take a look at JP's park. I'm happy to be on here with you all. By the way, I'm pretty sure I have it in the description. I do, but I'm going to go ahead and post it here in chat. If any of you are interested, and you're not... Ooh, excuse me. You're not obligated by any means. Let me pin that for a bit. There you go. Feel free to join. It's chill. It's a work in progress. Ooh, -1. Covered in snow. Okay, so we already saw this, the advent calendar. This is actually really neat. Ooh. What is this? This is an extension of the water coaster. Okay. Oh, what fun it is to ride on an open water coaster. Jingle bells, I'm going to freeze my butt off. Riding this water coaster in the middle of winter in this park. I like the music. Alright, let's test it. I want to give it a test ride. Cool music. Is this like an ice coaster or a snow coaster now that it's winter? It looks absolutely beautiful with the snow falling though. JP, your theming is like top tier. And I'm not saying in general, but it is in general too, but on this coaster, this is some of the best theming I have seen. I love freezing myself to an ice block, yeah. Your theming is top tier across a bunch of your rides, but this is among the best that I've seen from you. And among the best that I've seen of, like, any of the blueprints that I've looked at. So, really great job right off the bat. Oh, into the snow! Favorite is the train. You've got these little like cookies or gumdrops or whatever they are. The bell. The track is absolutely beautiful. You need a little bit better profiling in your turns, in my opinion. And I know that's something I've mentioned. But it's good. Alright, everybody's gonna shiver like Frosty the Snowman. This is really cool. It kind of takes you around the park entrance over here. Oh, the train. Okay. The train ride. Okay. We get a second lift hill. Oh, it's over the building, too. Yep, it makes it there. Okay. It's like a magical sleigh ride. Very nice. Ooh, sharp turns back into the station. Look at those lights! Wow! Look at the... Yeah, alright, that's really cool. Look at those lights. I love that. That's beautiful in the station. You've got the presents over here. You've got the snowmen. The heart. Oh, that poor guy melted. He's probably going to be brought back to life. Aw. Unhappy snowman. Look at the tree with all the festive biscuits. Beautiful. All the presents, the candles around it. Wow, that's super pretty. If we come back into the building here, you've got these heaters. That's really nice. Very important this time of year. I don't know if you've done any other work inside the building. I guess... Oh, come on. A little bit. That's nice. Look at all the Christmas trees around the restaurants and the gumdrop. That was one of the Frontier blueprints. What, the snowmen or the lights? Okay, yeah, so this is all the same. We see the carousel. We've got a couple other flat rides, the bumper cars. Those over there. Okay, so we did see that before. Where's the train? Right here. Take a look at this over here. Oh no, it's a wrecked airplane. No. That hurts my heart. That looks super pretty though. All that there. This is quite realistic and creative. There's the little shack. Wow. Talk about realism right there. That's just a scenery group there. Okay, so your train station's back here. Mine train. Oh, the Polar Express, man. That gives me memories as a kid. The Polar Express. Going through the snow. Riding along the ice. Wow, that is super well themed. Is this water? It must be. It's frozen over. You look that I found that on the workshop of the Polar Express. Wow, yeah, it is right on top of the water. You slide all over the ice and stuff. That's a blueprint? This I made, I found a scenery piece that looks like the Polar Express. I like the gingerbread mansion. It's just a scenery piece, okay, so there's nothing inside it. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, man, you're onto something really neat here. I like that. It's beautiful. And I like that you profiled that differently from the hill that you had before, where it was kind of clipping through the left hill. Dashing through the snow. Yes. Yeah, I like the updates that you've made to this. This is looking nice. This fits so well with the winter theme. Or not the winter theme, but the winter weather, the biome, the festive theme and everything. We can view it in the day, yeah. Wow. The low sun looks very much like a winter landscape with just a couple hours of sunlight. I'll even make the train on the train ride to look like the Polar Express. I look forward to seeing that. Wow! That's pretty cool. Whoa. Yeah, how about that right there? That is really unique. And it's interesting you have the snow, but the sun is visible too. Just for you for nostalgia. Yeah, I loved the Polar Express when I was a kid. I had the book. I watched the movie. The movie's not bad. I still watch it once in a while. That was really cool. I like the knights marching on top of here. That's creative. The railings for the train are through the roof. I'm generally not a fan of when it does that, but I think in this it actually works nicely because it kind of gives a little more dimension to the building, like the support columns and stuff that would be holding up this giant roof. Whoa. Oh, you mean the ratings? Oh. I read that as railings. No, not that. Click the train, not the sun flare? Come on. Yeah, wow, look at that. Well, it's almost 3 for fear, but yeah. That's really cool, though. Kind of like it supports for the building. Yeah, I do like that a lot. It, like I said, it gives another layer of dimension to the building. Why was that getting stuck? Yeah, this is really pretty. Great job. I like what you've done here. Alright, I'm gonna open up a poll. And I'll let you all vote and take a couple minutes. I do plan on starting a new park in the near future. I keep saying that, but I really, especially after this update has come out, I really mean it now. That was actually an accident for the supports looking like they were for the building. But I think it works out well. Alright, so we have 1 vote for each. Also, keep looking for a sec, you'll find a scenery piece of the Polar Express. Alright, let me, yeah, while you all are voting, we'll take a look. Dale! Santa hats off to you, yeah. I mean, I can restart the poll if you all really want me to start working on a new park. And I suppose we... Yeah, alright. Scrap your votes. I'm gonna reopen it. Next to the mine train? Okay. Watch this. Everybody's gonna vote for a new park now. And I haven't even... That looks really cool, though. Alright, that first vote is already in. 3 vote? Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, I was gonna say, I know Dale voted for the new park based on his chat comment there. Oh! Wow. That's really pretty. It's like a, it's like a cookie train, a snack train. That is beautiful. North Pole ahead. Oh, it doesn't go anywhere yet. Okay. That's still really neat. I found that on the workshop too. It's so cool. I really like this festive theme. Alright, somebody vote please to make me not start a brand new park right now. I'm okay with it. Well, I laid the foundation for it, but I've got plans for a really nice brand new park. Part of me wants to finish out the tropical one, just because I've spent so much time, you know, getting it back to, or not back to the way that I want, but kind of moving in the direction I want. I might start a brand new tropical park, but like I said, carry over a lot of the rides that are existing. Oh, and hey, look at this. I didn't even catch that before. But there's this cool looking, wait, wait a minute, it's behind the edge of the park. How did that? You better start it. Gonna have an uproar in chat. Okay. Yeah, this is really good, JP. I look forward to seeing what else you do with it. So, alright, let's exit out of here. I've got 4 votes, all for a brand new park. Should I open up another poll based on what kind of park you want to see, or should I just wing it? To be honest, I don't know where that came from. That's all good. Alright, so it seems like everybody is voting on a new park. So, you can thank Dale for that. Do a festive park. I'm not going to do an entirely festive one. But that might be part of the new park. Alright, here we go. Now, you know what? I really don't... I don't want to do this right now. I don't want to start my real, like, next big project. Alright. I'm not going to spoil it right now, what I plan on doing for my really, like, big park that I've been planning to do for a while. But I don't know. Man, y'all are not making it easy. No pressure, Cookie. Alright, 3 votes for Taiga and 1 I'm sorry, yeah, 2 votes for Taiga, 1 for Temperate. Taiga had 67% votes. Ah, JP! I know where you're going with that. Alright, you know what? Alright, we're not doing power. No, you know what? We will. We'll keep all of that as is. Fine. How come I was the only one to do temperate? Am I the only one that uses it? I don't really use temperate, as I tend to gravitate toward the taiga and tropical. Alright, we're actually gonna shut that. Alright, no. All of you just, like, go back. Alright, end poll. You all are really not making this easy. Tell you what. I want to try to modify the terrain around the edge of the map as little as possible this time around. And I think the next time I do a tropical park, I'm going to try to stick with that same principle. Just because if you level it out and stuff, it gets really jagged around the edges. It doesn't look good in my opinion. Especially in this park. I just love the default appearance of the terrain. Now, in the middle where it's mostly flat, of course, we've got plenty of room for adjustment and stuff. You should do a poll on how many themes and what they should be. I don't think I'm going to do that here. This is not going to be my real big park project. I figured maybe we just mess around and try something out. But I tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to take Jimper's coaster that he made. That Intamin wing. Or not. Maybe this. Aurora. That would actually be a really good... Except it's such a massive coaster, it really becomes a struggle to get it to fit in the park. That almost seems like it would have to be in the back. Yeah, kind of like out there. This is becoming really tough. I think I'm going to share details of that on the Discord, though, when I actually do start my major park project coming up that I've been planning on for more than a couple months. Greatest coaster ever made? It is absolutely beautiful. And it's a great ride. Although, come to think of it, from a game perspective, I actually almost would say that his new wing coaster might potentially be even better. And I know I said that this was probably my favorite, and it probably really still is. Ah! Did not mean to do that there. Alright, we're going to do an advanced move to get the height correct. We... Put the new wing coaster in. That may be the easier of the two, honestly. Because we'll actually be able to do some scenery. Flip it and put it at the entrance. Yeah, we may... It's gonna be tough because of the terrain, but we may be able to accommodate that. Cannot build here? Why? It's not showing up as red. Okay, we'll go there, closer to the buses. That's really going to be about as close as you can get it. Yeah. This is going to be a little bit of a smaller park, I think. The Taiga map, I think, has the smallest amount of workable space based on... Like, you look at all the terrain that's raised up along the edges, and then right out here over the water. That's so gnarly. Yeah, this is about as close as I think we're going to be able to get it, realistically. And then we might actually do a little bit of tunneling. But none of it interferes with any terrain at the moment. May just have to clean up some trees. Maybe try to get this just a little bit lower, perhaps. But we can actually change the placement of the coaster slightly, kind of once we get a structure in place, and now we'll clean up all those trees. Okay. Turn off power needs. Yeah, I mean, we can do that. Since this isn't going to be like the big project park that I wanted to do. We can go with that. Band player, what's going on, man? The guys wanted me to do a new park, so we're just kind of playing around a little bit here. Alright, so we got one vote for Sorcery and one for Festive. Vote Festive. Dale trying to rig the poll. Oh, man. sorcery forever. You jinxed it. Yeah, somebody flipped it back to 50-50 when you said that. What would I do without you all? I actually know exactly what I do. I do everything my way. But this is part of the fun. Get you all to have a little input. Alright, I need a tiebreaker. Man, I love this coaster. Jimpers did such a good job with it. I really like it. How about Flight Sim theme? Man, flying in the mountains. Ooh. Okay. It is a wing coaster after all. See, I think of Vekoma. You know what? We could do a Flight Sim themed park. What do y'all think about that? I think I'm gonna scrap that and just do that. And that reminds me of a couple other coasters that some people have built. That would be kinda... Alright. You all are going to make so much fun of me for this. And we're just messing around, but we're gonna do. Do a flying theater entrance, and the exit goes directly to the queue of this coaster. Boom. Well, I've got a plan for this here that is going to be absolutely ridiculous, but I can't believe I'm actually... Let's turn merge on. Oh. Like a pre-show. Space those out. Never mind, this is looking fire. Well, let's make it a little wider. This is gonna be our... This is really just... I don't plan on doing anything serious with this, but it'll be a really fun, just like screw-off sort of park. Pull up, pull up, pull up. No! Oh no. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. going to get Bromik to start designing a Pilot Pete's restaurant for this. Ooh. Oh. Alright, so tell you what we're actually going to do. We're going to get rid of the buses. Airplane guest spawners. That would actually be really cool. I agree. Alright. Let's get out of that. Let's adjust this just a little bit here. Take that stamp up. And... or make Planet Airport the game. Wait, my Flight 101 coaster is perfect. Well, we've got a runway sort of appearance. Oh, man. Let's see if we can find a really good airport entrance on the workshop here. Whoa! Look at that! That's the Mediterranean biome. That actually looks super cool, though. Moving walkway? Whoa! Oh my gosh, well that's a full-fledged park. Town Square Theater, Severn City Airport, Steampunk Airport. Radar dish. There's great airports in the workshop. Look at that control tower, that's really neat. Go put that as... Would need one that isn't a park. Need one that are actually scenery pieces. That'd be a wild... Yeah, Dale, yeah. There's enough on here that I can actually see without having to sort through them, but yeah. I'll look around or maybe we build our own. But I think it would be definitely... Miss Barbary. Let me look it back up. Where did you see that? We'll have to build like a hangar entrance or like a terminal entrance in the bottom right. Oh. I already got out of it. JP updated his winter park. Let me update that real quick. Ace Military Airport. It's all good, just check it out later. Well, I already got back into it. I see a little bit of a delay. Oh, that's really cool though. That'd be a really cool blueprint to use. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, let's check that out. I'm just curious. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Alright. Let's demo all of this and get a, let's get an entrance placed somewhere over here. Maybe a little closer to the center. Man, good call, Dale. Alright, those are built in. So we'll just take those trees up there. Goodbye. Maiden challenge mode. 30k start cash important. 0.7 friction. Oh, so that was just reused there. I want to walk through this and check it out. The guests spawned in come from the plains? I'm a little confused. Look at the lights. Look at the runway. That is super nicely modeled. Temu Airport. What? Yeah, wow, look at those. Fast, I step away from a second and wow. No, I pulled this off of the workshop. I did not make that. So the entrance comes back this way. Okay, so the gates are this way. That needs to sink a little bit. Yeah. Could build the terrain up around it. I'd have to think about how to do that. I'd love to reverse it to get like people walking out here. You like it how I have it? Yeah, so maybe there's a way to reverse it somehow. I mean, still kind of fast since I stare into the void for hours before an idea even. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I get like that as well. Where I just really struggle to come up with something. Place an exit. Yeah, just take the goodbye off. Yeah. Yeah. To be clear, this isn't something that I am really seriously planning on doing. Just kind of a fun idea. Something for me to play with a little bit. Tie it in like that. I mean, we could actually open it up and see. Just having some fun and what you like. Just need food and drink and maybe a couple plane-inspired flat rides and you're a god in the aviation PC2 world. Yeah, I mean, my thing is if I tried to put something together like this, I'd try to take it a little more seriously, which I'm just not really focused on right now. This is kind of just more of a... I'm not going to call it a total throwaway, but just, you know, for fun. Like, this wasn't really the serious project I had in mind. Give it a test run. Gotta play around with the ideas before it gets serious, yeah. See, the people are spawning and they're going the reverse way. So maybe... Let me just try something here. See if we can get them out to the tarmac like that. Alright, that's almost on its way back. Lightning strike risk 1... What? 100%? Explain that! Or is that just because it hasn't been tested? That's a kind of interesting, Or maybe because that's the only thing at that height that could be prone to it. So maybe adding some other stuff. Alright, well, let's add some facilities. Maybe a guest services. We're gonna use just the default Planet Coaster theme. Easy. Can we get a Hooters plane on the tarmac? Oh, man. Oh, well, look at that. That's an actual, like, entrance blueprint. I think that's the only real theme that you get that on. Let's do, a large staff facility, so we can accommodate the most. And then if we go... So what's cool about this is it gives you a full-fledged modular souvenir shop that you can place. It's the only theme that has one of these. Like we could make that larger and we just place everything on one side. Let's do... That's cool, that actually connects over there. No, we'll just keep that shut down for now. Where's the... Oh, the main counter's right over here. Okay. And then, I actually really like this restaurant blueprint right here. Path is a little narrow. It's gonna get crowded, I think, but Alright, so we've got some facilities for people to be able to use. Let's just see, can we get them to... Yeah, we've got them coming over that way. Okay. Yeah, it'd be cool to kind of reverse that. Now we can open the coaster. Let's do a few flat rides. Planet Coaster Wild Blue. Yeah. Place that kind of back over here. Oh. Alright, now we've got a few rides. Tons of, excuse me, tons of options for signs here, which is pretty neat. Then I grab one of the, just the default Planet Coaster theme ones. Also, next stream I shall have a Christmas park. Alright. That's as large as it is gonna let me scale it. Well, we can scale it up that way, maybe? Yeah, but that actually didn't seem to work. Yeah, I don't know. Ah, it cuts it off. Oh, never mind. Yeah, for some reason, people can't... It's like they're stuck, they can't get around the path for some reason. Oh, and it is snowing now. It snows over so fast, I wish there... Holy cow, look at that! The temperature drops down to -9 Celsius. That's like 15 Fahrenheit. Oh, man. I wouldn't want to be here in this kind of weather. Ooh. Wow. Oh yeah, wow, look at the tables and chairs, even they're coated with snow. These are not, they're covered. These aren't. is wild. That is super pretty, though. Like, I'm really looking forward to my next big project, being able to see something like that. It's gonna be just insane. I'm curious. I do want to experiment with this winter weather while we have it so bitter cold. I want to try to build... No, we're not going to do that one. It's already freezing over. I'm just really curious to see, while it's super cold like this, what would happen if we do try to heat it. So for example, let's go in here and add a couple more tiles of pool deck. Just out of curiosity. Pool extras, and let's see what this says. Temperature -1, and it's already frozen over. And it says 3 heaters should be sufficient, so let's actually add a few. Oh yeah, it's warming up, so the ice already melted. Temperature's going up. We'll need to add a lifeguard chair or 2. One does not cover the whole thing. And the water temperature's up to 21, so plenty warm for people to get in and swim. They would need some changing facilities, so let's go in there. Changing room right there next to the pool. That looks so weird. One thing I wish they would do, maybe in a future update, is change the way the snow layers, because I mean it gets blanketed to just completely covered in an instant. And it would be nice to see like a light dusting of snow, and then perhaps a, you know, a lot heavier snow or something like that later. But yeah, this is pretty wild. Look at that, weather is getting extreme. Let's see if people start moving through. No, not really. Interesting. We just get him to walk through the control tower and go out that way. Or are there like path dividers or something in the way? It's desegmented right there. Alright, it is connected there. That should be a path out for people. Oh no, they're all, yeah, they're going that way. Well, that works. And it is getting even colder and colder. Pool temperature's up to 30 Celsius, though. That's gonna feel like a hot spring. Yep, we got people swimming. Boy, they love that. They're probably nice and toasty. Yep, they're getting on the coaster. Nice. Slow it back down to real time. This is so wild. I did not expect to do this at all tonight. The poor lifeguards having to sit out in the snow. They freeze and everybody, you know, getting in the pool. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it's starting to get a little on the late side. I do need to get up and do some stuff. So I think this is a good point to leave it off of. I'm probably going to do some stuff with the Discord tonight, too. Since I can perhaps stay up a little bit later. But, yeah, I'm probably not going to be on tomorrow night because I'm going to be getting home late from work. I probably won't even be home until 7:30 or 8 in the evening. So, I would say most likely we're going to pick back up on Wednesday. I think I'll just hold on to this for fun. But I think we'll be back in the tropical park, kind of continuing some work. But stay tuned because I do have plans for a big new park project that I want to announce here soon. And maybe even start kind of bumping ideas off of some people. So it really is pretty, though. Catch you next one. Gotta prepare dinner soon anyway. Yeah, hope you have a great meal. I know it's late afternoon there. This is wild. But yeah. So that's going to do it here, folks. Thanks so much for hanging out. I appreciate you all. We'll pick back up most likely Wednesday. And look forward to it. As always, take care, stay safe. I know this isn't Flight Sim, but get off the runway! I can't resist, I'm sorry. And we'll see you all. Take care.